All right, guys, let's talk Jalen Milroe for a minute. Why are we not drafting this guy in every DK draft in the 20th round right now, or at least almost every one, especially if you set the team up the right way? Here's why I think it can be a huge advantage right now. We're acting like this guy can't throw the football, but the last 2 years he threw for 5,600 yards, 39 touchdowns, 17 interceptions, most of which coming against SEC competition, by the way. We already know that he ran for 1,257 yards and 32 TDs, with 20 of them coming this season alone. This is one of my favorite stats on Milroe. He is not just a tuck it and run quarterback. When you really break the tape down and watch it, he will go through his reads. Sure, he needs to improve his accuracy. I'll give you that. But out of the top 4 quarterback prospects, last year, Milroe had a 93.2 PFF rating on plays after the first read. Better than Ward slightly, better than Sanders, way better than Dart. And with that rushing upside, yeah, sign me up. Last year, we would take Anthony Richardson by the end of summer in the 50s, and we knew he couldn't throw the football, but he can sure run it. Fields we took in the 140s all summer, even though Pittsburgh routinely told us over and over it's Russ's team. What's the most important time of best ball? The playoffs, right? We would still draft Daniel Jones at the end of drafts, even though we knew that he had an injury clause in his contract. We also knew the Giants were going to be bad and that he would get benched, but we still drafted him. This year, we know even more that Anthony Richardson can't throw the football. We don't even know who's going to start out of him and said Daniel Jones, but we'll still draft Jones ahead of Milroe, and we'll push Richardson into the 160s. What about Sam Darnold? They just paid him 3 years, $100 million. Yeah, but it was Jerry Glanville who famously said the NFL stands for not for long. They gave him $37.5 million guaranteed this year. They can cut him after this year and walk away with no dead cap hit over the next 2 years. Now you're telling me a Seattle team, probably third best at best in their division, later in the year, fans gonna want to see Milroe. They're gonna want to see the kid. So you're telling me Seattle's not gonna put him in there, sell some tickets, get the fans all hype about maybe what's to come for next year in the future? Yeah, of course they are. Look at the bottom here. Look at some of the probably zeros, if not very little, that we're drafting in the 20th round right now. So me personally, I've been constructing my teams in a way to take advantage of this. I didn't do it with this team because it was a Josh Allen team, but most of my drafts right now in May on DraftKings, I have been loading up on running backs and receivers early. Take me a tight end or two that I like. Starting around pick 90 or so, there's that huge pocket of quarterbacks who are all reliable, good quarterbacks. Get you 2 of them, stack them up with your pass catchers, of course, and then tack on Milroe in the 20th round. Now, if we get lucky and we're in the playoffs, and Seattle does just what I think they'll do, you could have a quarterback you drafted in the 20th round who could potentially, with that rushing upside, give you a 25-point plus week. Now, if it's on a team like I just talked about, where you're also really strong at wide receiver, running back, and tight end, you're talking about a team that really has a chance to go after the $2 million. Hope you guys like this little breakdown on Milroe. If you liked it, hit that like button, sub to my channel. Y'all know what's coming. Already talked about it. Gonna be streaming live DK drafts all summer. I got my Underdog Eliminator slow draft, deep dive series that I'm gonna be doing, putting content out almost every day. Especially if you're a DraftKings guy, give me a sub, come check me out. Lots of DraftKings this summer.